Let's see what this spear can do, I said.
Start by giving that tree a few good whacks,
Suma suggested. I walked over to a large blue-barred tree with red leaves and readied my spear. I gripped it tightly in both hands, then thrust it forwards into the trunk of the tree. With a loud whack, I chipped off a bit of bark and dug a full 2 inches into its side with the tip. I gave the spear a good jerk and wrenched it free. I examined the hole in the wood, then glanced over the spear to check its condition. There was no visible damage on the metal, so I repeated the test a few more times until I was satisfied the spear wouldn't break during combat.
I don't know much about this kind of weapon, but I must say I'm impressed at least, Suma stated.
It did well, I told Suma. No scratches or dents, and the tip is still intact. I'd say it passed with full marks.
It seems to be a devastating weapon. Tell me, what monsters must reside in your world to have need of such a ferocious tool?
Suma asked. Well, there are bears and wolves, beasts like the Borogs, but I'd wager it was developed to fight other humans, I told her.
So your species has many wars as well?
Suma asked. Oh yeah, all the time. In fact, I'm not sure there's ever been a time in our history when a war wasn't being fought, I said.
Never?
Suma asked, quietly shocked. Not to my knowledge, I answered. I looked at the spear and had a thought. Man, where am I going to keep this thing? Your house can't be big enough to store it. Suma shifted her weight on her porch.
Yes, I'm afraid my home is much too small, but storage shouldn't be a problem. I know a spell that can help.
Really? I asked. Suma flew over to me and landed on my shoulder.
Bring it closer, she said.
I tilted the tip of the spear about an inch from her. A moment later, a small magic circle formed around her, and then around my own feet, and then one formed around the shaft of the spear, like a snake coiled around its prey.
You'll need to name the weapon, Jake,
Suma said. Name it? Okay. I thought for a moment about what to call it. Destiny, I said. And the magic circles changed from a brilliant blue to a burning red, then faded away.
Why Destiny?
Suma asked. There was a famous spear from human history called the Spear of Destiny. I thought it fit, I explained. Hey, Suma, why did I just name a spear? I asked.
I used a similar spell to the one we bonded ourselves with. Now you can summon the spear by calling its name, no matter where you are, she explained.
Oh, neat, I said.
Try it out, she suggested.
I stabbed the spear into the ground, then walked a few feet away. Destiny, I said, but nothing happened.
You're not talking to the spear, you're calling for it. Don't just say the words, mean them. Give them purpose,
Suma told me. Okay, I said. I cleared my mind and tried to imagine what she meant, calling destiny with purpose and meaning. Destiny! I shouted, and the spear blinked out of sight then. With a flash, it reappeared into my outstretched hand. That was awesome! I shouted. I threw the spear at the tree and sunk it several inches into its wood, causing it to stick straight out, then once again I called it back to me. I repeated this process several times, cackling like a madman while I did.
It seems like you are getting a hand of it, Suma stated.
I think so, but I want to try something, I said. I tossed the spear a few feet away. I want to try summoning a spear without talking, I told her.
You want to try shadow casting?
She sounded surprised. So, you've heard of it? I just saw something like it in a TV show and thought I'd give it a try, I said. Suma nodded her head.
It's an extremely difficult technique that takes even the best mages years of study to grasp. I doubt you'll be able to get it.
Might as well give it a shot, I said, and closed my eyes to focus. I tried to focus on what Suma told me about purpose and meaning. Then I reached out with my hand and, in my head, thought, Destiny. I didn't feel anything at first, but my mind started filling with images, like strings stretching out into infinity. I would reach for the strings, then draw my hand back as they felt wrong, until I saw it, clear as day in my mind, a red string. In my mind I reached out and grabbed it, then pulled as hard as I could. Once again in my mind I called out for my spear, and clenched my outstretched hand around a familiar wooden shaft.
You did it,
Suma whispered.